Okay, great. So let's double check the stream health. Things look good so far. Okay, great. Well, hello. My name is Nadia Sheikh. I am the creator of Cool Storytellers, and on this channel, I teach paper collage, whether that is digital or traditional. And then I also have this series of videos called Starving Artist Fed Artist, where I teach creatives of all types how to pitch workshops to nonprofits and community-based organizations so that you can teach what you know and get paid by your community. Um, Today, I'm going to be going over a cool piece of art, and I will be answering any questions that come up, as well as just sharing a little bit from the workbook that is still in development. I think you guys may have seen it, that I talked about a workbook that I launched on Amazon like a week or two ago, but I had some revisions that need to have been made, and now it's like turned into something like a workbook instead of just an ebook or just a paperback. It's like a workbook. So I'll get into a little bit more about that, but I'm gonna let people know that I'm live and we will get into it. I'll be on for about an hour today. It's been a bit slow of a day for me, with everything going on, and then I'll jump into telling you guys a little bit more about what I do. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live streaming on at Paper Collage on YouTube. I'll be answering any questions you have. So if you're a artist or a creative or anyone that wants to learn how to make money doing what you love and what you know and get paid for your community, come on over. Again, my name is Nadia, and I'll also be talking about my school community called Cut and Create Paper Collage. So you can join us in the summer if you're interested, if you're a true beginner and know nothing about paper collage. So come on over. I'll put the link in the video somewhere. Oh, it looks like my live isn't even on. Or maybe it is. And also go live on TikTok as well. And I think about it since I think some people might be on here too. Cool. Hello. I'm live on YouTube, at Paper Collage on YouTube. So you guys come on over. I'm going to be talking about the starving artist mindset. So that's the topic for today's video, the starving artist mindset and how to change that so that you can start earning like money as a creative from your community, doing what you love, doing what you know how to do. Mm, I'm actually not quite sure how to add text. Oh, okay, great. Um, cool. Okay. Whoops. It looks like that stair got removed. Okay, great. So also on the TikTok as well. So like, okay, today I'm gonna go over with you guys how I'm creating a PDF. Um, and like I said, I teach paper collage classes in person, and I also have school community. And one of the things I'm changing up this for the summer cohort is how to teach collage for like true beginners who don't know anything about collage, and make it easier for them to join in. I'm also trying to do a new angle for my classes so that people can actually like um do it with like their kids. So it's not just like a solitary thing, it's more like a family activity. It's like you're bonding with your kids, you're doing stuff together. So you're not just like alone learning online, but you're learning with your family. Oh. Apparently I'm live, but I don't see that as the case here. But my stream settings are telling me that I'm live, so I also wanted to share it for those that are like local. Um, like a article that I'm in. So let's see if I can find that. Mm. Right, hello. I'm gonna get into the actual stuff in a moment. Okay, so this is cool. I want to show this to you guys because I think this is helpful. I have to turn the camera around a bit. So, like, this is an article, and I want to share this because there's two things. One, this is a great way for artists to get like publicity when you live. So, this is an article about me, and so this is like me as an artist, like what I do, how I teach like collage in my like community. And so this was something that I did for free. Um, that I met like this the columnist, like she writes this column. So she, asked me about what I do and like who I am. So if you're like, how do I get people to know about me in my community, where I live, in my city, in my state? Like I don't know, and if nobody knows me, or maybe live in a small town, like I do, and it's like, hey, like I want people to know about me. Go to your local like small town newspaper and look up where they had like this is like a local artist spotlight, right? This is a local artist spotlight. So it's like spotlight series on local artists. Go to your city and look up something like this where you have like an art blog or an art spotlight. These don't cost any money either. So it's like when they do stuff like this, it doesn't cost any money to you, but this is great because when it's out there, I think this goes out to like thousands of people in my town, right? So this is a great way to get publicity. I know a lot of us think about like, YouTube or Instagram, and that was me too, right? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, like all the social medias. But I live in a town where there's lots of like older people. They don't know how to use social media. They don't care about social media. They say social media and they like run the other direction, right? So this is good to think about if you live in a small town with retirees, with older people that are not social media savvy, use stuff like this. And this is basically an ad. Like, this is an ad. I told them about my YouTube channels, my drama. I am not get shit. That's where I have all my audiobooks, my audiobook drama, or my dramas on there. And then I told them about maybe you guys can't see it very well, my school community where I teach paper collage. And then I told them about my YouTube channel, which if you're on the YouTube side, you already know that I'm on there right now. Hello, and you're on there. And I told them about my book, Starving Artists, Fed Artists, How Artists, Crafters, and Creators Can Get Paid to Teach What They Know. So this is what you want to do um, for getting your name out there in a way that's free and doesn't cost you any money, and you can um, you can like have something that you can show that um, to other artists. You can show that to people in your community, to people that you want to work with, different organizations and stuff like that. So this is great. And again, it was free to me. I didn't have to pay anything. So you're not looking for an ad. You're looking to be spotlighted in your local newspaper, in a small town newspaper, stuff like that. You don't want any ads. You're not paying for an ad. You're paying for a spotlight in your local newspaper. And again, the key to all of this is to make sure that it's like if you're an artist, right? A local artist spotlight. If you're an art like a coder or something about like technology or something like that. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to what I was saying earlier, which was like how to earn money with PDFs and with classes. So I actually have a couple of PDFs, and I'll probably just be on here kind of explaining to you guys of what I do to like make them. It's very informal, but you guys can join in as well, and you can do some of the stuff that I'm doing. So let me bring up this PDF here. And I'm showing this to you guys so that maybe you've tried like digital products before and you just don't really know like what it is that you want to do. Like, how can I actually make money with this? Well, I'm gonna, show you guys a little bit of what I've done, um, and how you can kind of move forward with what it is that you're doing. Let's see. Okay, so let me show you like a problem that I have with my swipe file, I guess. It's not like the most organized. So this is like the PDF that I made initially. This one that I made, it's like the download. It's like somebody can buy it for like $9, and then it shows you like the swipe file, the webinar is pre-recorded, and then you can ask questions inside of like the school community if you wanted to. And so I show you like the swipe file. I give them access to the swipe file. I give them access to the webinar, which is two parts, and then they can ask questions or get feedback here. And at the end, I tell them that I have a YouTube playlist. So if you click it, it kicks you to this playlist, and then it takes you to all the videos that I have on this topic about being a starving artist, becoming a fed artist, and hold on, yeah, all these topics about videos that I've recorded before. Last year I've been like recording these kind of videos, but that's where that takes us. So the idea of putting that in here, like, oh, do you want more? Watch the playlist on YouTube, is so that people are continuing to get um questions answered. And so having the videos like labeled like this can help with that when they have questions. So that's a great way to take like a PDF that you have. Again, like mine is really simple. I just teach these people, artists, creatives, how to get booked on Instagram DMs, specifically Instagram DMs, and it's called Book by DMs. And so that's what this one does. And again, like I have like the swipe file here so that they could download the swipe file, which I was thinking of changing this one a little. I won't show you guys the whole thing, but if they don't remember how to get to the webinar, the Zoom replay, they have the Zoom replay here, and it tells them like an outreach checklist of researching and identifying who they want to reach out to, um, looking at past activities and workshops, preparing a pitch. Like this is six things. Like, and honestly though, I could make and I learned this from another guy on TikTok because he was explaining it really well. He was talking about making PDFs for artists too. You could take one issue that somebody has and make like 3 to 5 different problems out of this one thing. So I could make 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, like 25 other like six other PDFs from these things because these are all, we could break this down even more. And I'll share the other page. But it's like, like you could, it's like, how do you find community-based organizations? And it's like, these that are the search topics you would use, and like doing all this sort of stuff, right? So, and if you are savvy with the vibe coding, you could make, like I could have made this swipe file into an app. Like that's where I could have put this as well. I wanted something that was really simple though, so that people can just that don't want to use all the computer all the time or get overwhelmed with all the technology. They just have this the swipe file, and it has the PDF with the scripts, with the search terms and the outreach framework. They have the webinar, and I have mine on. Let me see. This taking this. Oh, I had to upload this. Okay, so make sure when you have your like Zoom recordings and stuff, make sure it's like on there properly so people aren't getting like an error message like how mine was. They should not be getting an error message like that. That means I'm probably to put it on Loom. So this is a good kind of feedback. Like if you made a PDF or something and you're getting like error codes on your links, update your links every so often. Because if you're using something that requires a subscription and your subscription lapses, then the person doesn't have access to it. So you don't ever want to do a situation where people buy a product. It's like, okay, like I can't access what I paid for, even if it's $9, even if it's $17. Like this one will be $9 once I update it. So this is the PDF that I'm gonna revise and change a bit today with you guys. Even though I change it, you don't ever want to deal with something like that. And then I have a link that they can click to join, and it looks like this isn't even. I have to add this in there as well. But then this one was I mentioned before was to a YouTube playlist where somebody could go and look at all the videos that I have on my YouTube. And like this is the most recent one that I made, which was about like um marketing your art and stuff like that. So they all kind of like feed into each other when you're adding links, you're linking out and things like that. But today, what I want to focus on is updating this PDF with you all, kind of sharing with you some of the mistakes I made in this first version of the PDF, so we can upload it together, update it together, so that you guys kind of see. Actually, hold on. I don't even know where to put this at. I think I just want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Ooh. Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go over this with you guys, and this is great for me to make content around it. And also for those that are watching the live stream, I will do a screen share. So give me like a second to update this. So hold on just a second. No, I don't want this one to be the video source. So to delete that one, and I want to add a screen capture. Great, okay. Is this the right one? No. Okay. I don't know why it's not coming up on here. Let's try that one more time. Okay, that's much better. So, what I'm gonna do is I make myself tiny. So I'm in the corner here. And I walk to the screen on purpose. And I make this one a little bit bigger. Cool. Okay. Okay. Great. So now we're all on the same page for the most part. Literally on the same page. Okay, so maybe I just need to move it like this. Yeah, that helps. Because even for you guys on camo, you can still kind of see a little bit, I think. Maybe me doing all this together is a bad idea. Well, I'll have to check on the YouTube side. Okay, so this is my like draft of my PDF, and so I'm going to edit it. The things I want to edit is making it clear what it is exactly. Also, making it specifically for the people that are looking for, how do I DM a organization? How do I DM somebody that is looking for my services? Okay, I'm dealing with an issue on this side. Give me like 1 second and I will fix this. On the YouTube side, this is not very clear. I don't know why. Huh. Okay. Alright, YouTube, I'm gonna have to come back to you guys because I am dealing with an issue here and it's not resolving itself. Try that one more time. Give me 1 second. Great, okay. So, a couple things I would change on this. One, I know it says thank you for your purchase, but I think this needs to be simple. So that would probably be the first thing I would change. The second thing I would change is, I say thank you for your purchase, but I think it would be stronger if it's like, get ready to teach or something like that. Something that gets the person excited, right? Because you spent $9, you definitely want to feel a bit more excitement or a bit more interest than just being like, oh yeah, thanks for your purchase. Like that's all this little things that I'm fudging around with doesn't matter. It could be like get ready to pitch um or something like that. Something that gets people excited. And I would use chat. I would use chat. I would use Claude. I would be like, hey, like here's the prompt. I make this PDF. I want to teach people how to. It's called a hook, right? So I want to hook my customers into making getting them excited to go through. This is like 3 pages, right? Like you want it to be something where people are interested and wanting to keep learning from you. So make it something interesting. Make it something fun. It shouldn't be boring. This isn't a lecture, right? Like we want it to feel like something where people can purchase the product and then go um, straight into the actual doing. So again, I like to use chat to help me because I'm not always super super savvy with that. Um, so yeah, this can be a hook, or I could say like get ready to DM like a Fed artist or something like that. I'm honestly like I'm not super savvy when it comes to doing all this moving the text around and stuff. I just do what I think looks good, and then I'll X Claude or no, Chat or Gemini and be like, hey, I made this PDF. Tell me, you're a graphic designer with like 10 years experience and you create digital products online. Tell me if this looks good. Asking it to help me walk me through it. So I'm not getting stuck on, fiddling with this weird thing, these little graphics, or getting, trying to move 3 inches, to the top or something. I don't know how to do all that. I'm not going to get stuck here. I'm trying to make something that an artist, a creative can just download for $9 off my store, purchase it, and get to the next step of the problem that needs to get solved, which is how do I DM um, artists? Like, how do I DM organizations that want to pay me? And I should probably say, get ready to send IG DMs like a Fed artist. And depending on who you're marketing to, this is very like millennial kind of thing. It's like, get ready to send an Instagram DM. If you're working with people that are a little older, they're like in the 40s or 50s or something, you'd probably use more like plain language. But I know most people that buy from me are either like in the um, late 20s, early 20s, high schoolers, um, or even around my age, like in the 30s, right? So they're used to seeing this kind of lingo. So, and again, if you don't know like what that's supposed to look like I had to as I'm editing this PDF with you guys, these are things I learned how to have to change because I've met other people and I've gotten feedback based on like the words I'm using. It's like if that's not working for some people, like it's confusing more than being helpful, or it's not clear, or that I feel like I'm not really talking to you. That's like you're talking to somebody else. So it's really important the kind of words you use, but if you don't want to get caught up in it, just ask chat and it'll help you out. So get ready to send Instagram DMs like a Fed artist. This Instagram book by DMs. This is like how some people know. And I could say like on school, or I could say on Instagram if I want people to um, find me and connect with me there. Because remember at the end I mentioned to go to my YouTube playlist. I think it'd be cool if I mention my either my playlist on YouTube or my Instagram page again at the beginning because there were 2 pages down and I only mentioned it once. Like there's no, it's not easy for people to connect with that. So I think I would probably add my Instagram page. So I'll say cool storytellers on Instagram and YouTube. I could say buy cool storytellers on Instagram and YouTube. I could say created. There's other ways I can kind of let people know like who made this, like, who is she, what does she do, that kind of thing. Hold on, I have my cat here who feels the need to climb on the desk and get in the way. So yeah, that's something that I will change. And I'm not gonna get too caught up on it because remember I'm gonna use chat to help me make this clear. So I say start here. Thanks for purchasing the digital download. I would probably change the word digital download. It kind of feels impersonal. Um, I could say, thanks for purchasing this PDF guide or this guide on how to pitch as an artist or something that feels like I'm restating the problem that they're having again, um, or the solution that they're looking for. I think that's even stronger. So let's see. I could say. And again, I'm going to use chat to like help me really specify. And if you guys have any questions, thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask anything and I'll do my best to answer. Always happy to answer any questions. So I say get ready to send Instagram DMs like a Fed artist. This guide is your first step to getting paid on what you know. That's kind of vague, so maybe I could say this guide is your first step to teaching what you know and getting paid by your community or something along those lines. I'm not going to get too caught up in it, but um okay, that's fine. Again, I'm not going to too caught up on it because I'm going to have chat help me with that. And I only moved this a little bit because I felt like it was a bit too scrunched. Like I don't, I know that's like 0.7. I don't pay attention to all this stuff. I'm telling you, chat is awesome because it'll help me be like, your text is too close to this little image thingy, so you need to move it up a bit. I am just doing this like I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to make graphic design. I am just doing the little things. This is the cover that I made. I might change this because it's not really helpful, right? Maybe people don't know what I look like. Maybe people don't care what I look like, right? So if I'm gonna put an image here, this is the image I had initially. I think I should change this to something that it's like, okay, what's the solution? People want to be able to artists want to be able to send Instagram DMs to community organizations and get paid to teach a workshop, right? So I'm going to look in elements here and I'm going to look for an image that maybe is something like um, money paid, hold on, paid social media. And again, if you just joined in, hi, my name's Nadia, and I do a couple different things online, but specifically today I'm teaching you guys how to like earn money with PDFs. This is a PDF that I made while ago. And so I am editing it with you guys in real time because I learned new things from people in my community, listening to what their problems are, as artists who want to earn money teaching classes, but they don't know like where to start. So I made this PDF that teaches them how to send Instagram DMs to like a library or an art center or something like that. Um, but this PDF kind of sucks and it has not been selling this quarter. So I went back in today and going on with you guys, and you get to see like some of the things I'm changing. I'm on YouTube also. Some of the things that I am editing so that it can convert better. People actually want to buy it, pay $9 for it, and go from there. So like I said, this image is of me, and it's called Booked by DMs. The name of the course or the name of the PDF, but I was just explaining people may not know what I look like. They probably don't know who I am. They probably don't care who I am. They just want a solution to their problem. So I looked over here to try to change that image out. And so I'm in Canva, by the way. I have the paid version. 'Cause I'm also like a teacher, right? And so I'm looking at images that I think would be like, oh, okay, let's see. That one I don't think is accurate because it's kind of like it doesn't show the social media side. And again, I'm talking about sending a DM. So let's see. DM social media money or something like that. And I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not an expert. I'm an illustrator. I'm an award-winning author. I'm an illustrator. I make YouTube videos. Like I don't do any of this graphic design stuff. I just know, you know, how to push little buttons and look up stuff and I understand what people actually want to find. So that's how I am taking this approach in editing my PDF today. I'm still looking for a good image. I don't see anything. Maybe I should put paid instead. paid. Maybe I should say Instagram. Maybe Instagram DM paid or something like that. No. Message. Maybe I could say make money on phone or something like that. Mm, okay. Wait, what about I'll share two reasons why I don't think this is the best image. But this is a gal that has like her phone and she has like money in one hand and her phone in the other. There's two reasons I don't think this could work, but you guys weigh in. One, I I think this could work with the target audience that I have. I have a lot of women that I know in my community that are interested in making money um as artists. So that could hit that target. Um the other thing is, it's proof of, setting a DM and then the result is earning money. So those are two strong things. I think two things I think this might not work is one, maybe the guys that want to learn from me may not feel included in the conversation. They might be like, well, you know, I'm a dude and I know tech and stuff, but is this for me? And then the second thing is, I have a lot of older gals that follow me too, so maybe they feel like, oh, this isn't for me because I'm not 20 something. So I think this is a strong image, but I'm gonna look. I'm gonna give myself another option. I'm gonna star this image, and I'll come back to it maybe. But let me see if I can find something else that's more like not so much inclusive. I think just it just targets more people because I'm not just targeting like a painter or a collagist. I'm targeting like guys that make apps, that vibe code, gals that are like psychics that do tarot, people literally just anyone that wants to teach a class online. Okay, I don't think that one's very good. There's a little doggo. Okay, what about this one? This one's a little more generic. It's not exactly showing the action of like before, right? We had the gal, money in one hand, phone in the other. It was obvious that she sent a DM and that's how she got money, basically. Like that's the action, right? This one feels like, okay, there's money in a phone, but like there's no human emotion, there's no action. So maybe this one isn't exactly the right one. Let's look again. Let's see if I can find something else. Mm, okay. Again, another one where it's a gal that's just like, hey, I make money on my phone. And it's like, I send a DM kind of thing. Um, I don't hate this one either. Again, it's not bad. It's clear that, she has her phone in one hand and then she earned money on the other and she like sent DMs. We're just trying to, the reason I changed the image from myself and the words to somebody else because you want to make it simple for the person to project and see like him or herself in the end result of what your PDF is. So like what I'm teaching is the artist how to send Instagram DMs to like local community organizations, which are like libraries, art centers, rec centers, whatever, or nonprofits. So if you can show the solution, like the final, like what the result is in the first page, that's really strong. Then that person's like, okay, I can totally do this. I can totally send a DM. I could totally get paid. Let me look for one more. Now I'm starting to think like, I wonder if there's something else, another search term I could put. Person, person. Okay, there's a dude. There's a couple dudes now. Maybe I could say people. Another thing I learned is selling to identities. So I think if I were to focus in on the identity of the person that is buying this PDF, I might have to, oh, there's these two gals. Okay, so that's very specific. It could be talking to black gals that are artists that want to make money on the phone. Oh, there's this one too. That one's kind of cool. This guy is your first step to teaching what you know and getting paid by your community. And actually, I don't even think this is accurate. Again, I'm just filling around here and going from place to place. That could be helpful. That could be strong, and I like the colors. That matches the colors that I have on my PDF. So that could work. Hmm. I think that could work. I'm not seeing anything else that kind of hits that as strongly, I think. And even, there's this one too. I don't like that one as much. It's not doing it for me. Cool. Okay. So that's those the other steps. So far we've changed this title so people know like who I am and where to find me. I explained, okay, that's a little better. All right, so I changed the image, I changed this part. It sounds now I'm gonna go to so start here. I think that's too vague. So like what to do. People need to literally know what to do. What to do next or how to use this booklet or how to something that spells it out. How to use this guide. Download the swipe file. Okay, I explained that part. Watch the webinars. I say webinars. Which have to change the link to those. Ask questions inside. And actually, no. I'm gonna change this to ask questions on my YouTube channel. Now, why did I say this? Because remember I said, oh, ask questions or get feedback, and I linked it out to this community, right? I think that's a bad idea. Some people may not want to be a part of a community. When you're first starting out, having that kind of pressure can feel really like struggly, you know? Like you don't want people to know that you're just starting, like it can be frustrating. So I think that telling people, oh, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can comment on my videos, or you can watch this playlist. I think that's stronger. That's called a CTA, a call to action. And I think that's way stronger because it's like I have two CTAs. I say go to my school community, and then I tell them to go on my YouTube channel. That's two separate things. That's not strong. That's confusing. So I could say ask questions or get feedback. So you want, so you can have questions, have a question, or want feedback. If you want guidance from me, post inside. So we're going to completely remove this. And again, I'm going to use um, chat to review it. It's going to be my 10 years plus experience as a graphic designer and as a PDF content creator. And it's going to tell me what I need to change. If you have questions, so if you have questions and want answers, I could even tell them to follow me on Instagram if I wanted to. I could say follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. Follow me on YouTube and watch a video. I could tell them they just want to say just have a question. I can tell them to go to my Instagram DMs. So I'm not gonna decide exactly what I'm gonna put here because I'm gonna ask chat to help me. But I would probably say I'm thinking about myself. I'm a new artist and I want somebody to answer my question really fast. I would probably tell them to DM me on Instagram. Because also remember, this plays into the exact same thing where I'm like, okay, you're gonna send Instagram DMs to community-based organizations and nonprofits on Instagram, right? So why not just talk to me when you're on Instagram and I'll tell you what the problem is before you send your Instagram DM to that organization, and then I can troubleshoot you or something like that. So, like I said, follow me on Instagram, and I could say at storytellers and send me a DM. I will answer you. And make it so like people feel like encouraged, right? Like if I'm a new artist and I have no experience and I just bought this product, I would want to feel like comfortable to I'd want to feel like it's okay for me to ask a stupid question. And I wouldn't even say have a question or want feedback. I would say have a question or and need help. Then it's like, okay, maybe the question is, oh, how do I, what do I say? Even though the webinar and the swipe file address all these things, people still want hand holding. So adding this at the end as like, hey, I'll hold your hand. I'll tell you what you need to know. I'll show you what you need to do. That's helpful for a lot of people that may have a lot of like embarrassment or uncertainty or afraid. Okay. So I am going to copy my profile on my, this is my Instagram. So I'm going to copy this profile here as share to, and I'm going to click copy link. I'm not going to do any crazy links or nothing. I'm just going to paste this here. And I'm going to change this from join to send me a DM on Instagram. Then it says exactly what you're supposed to do. I'm saying send me send or follow me on Instagram or send me a DM or something like that. I don't think that you can like link out to your thing on Instagram like through a link, but because they follow me on Instagram, have a question and need help, if you have a question, if you have questions and want help and need questions and want my suggestion, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. I will answer your question. Again, I'm gonna go into chat and it'll help me to make this sound better, to not be so jumbled at the words. I don't have to restate that twice, that's unnecessary. Okay, yep, so that's better. That's way clear. It's way more simple for what this person has to do. Okay, so now the next thing is, and I could say if you still need help, if you're okay, so we said, the first step we said was to download the swipe file. Access your swipe file plus webinar training. So I said how to use this guide, download, ask questions on my Instagram. Out your pitches. Something like that. Okay. Um, this one takes you to a school community. Again, we're not going to do that because it's kind of confusing to say that I want you to go somewhere twice. I want you to go three different places. I want you to go to check my thing, and then I'm telling you to go to my DMs on my Instagram. Like that's too many steps for too many people. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this. Oops. Why is this doing my? I'm gonna copy this. But there's one thing to say like, oh, if you want more, and make that like the final call to action. But I don't think that's helpful right here. I could say, oh, if you want more, um, you know, blah blah blah. But I think that that's stronger just to say go to my Instagram twice, just to let people know. Again, if you're just joining me, um, my name is Nadia, and I am editing out my PDF so that more people, so that converts more, so people can kind of like, um, feel like it's more geared towards helping solve a problem that people are having. As artists, how to contact different people. And this is unnecessary. This isn't helping. And I could say I'll answer them live. And the other thing, the reason this works better than telling them to go to my YouTube or school is, again, people are shy. People don't want to, feel outed or like I'll put on the spot. So this, like, you send me a DM if you have any questions, and then I could then tell them, okay, go to my YouTube channel, um, or something like that. So again, I'm gonna ask chat to help me so that this is nice and simple. Whoops. Great. Okay. I'm gonna put my full storytellers thing here so people can find me on Instagram and YouTube because it's easier to find me that way. Starving Artist Fred Artist is the name of my book. It's not the name of my YouTube or any social media. So it'll be hard for people to find me. If I type Starving Artist Fred Artist or Cool Storytellers, um, Cool Storytellers. Yeah, see, if I put Cool Storytellers, then people can find me and I like show up higher in search that way. So it's all about connecting myself back online so people can find me. Okay, so again, I'm not done yet because I still have this webinar link that's broken. And people don't want to have broken links. You spend $9 or $17 or $27 or whatever, and you have a broken link, you're gonna get a lot of refunds. So the solution for that, I have a solution for that. Give me 1 minute. This thing thinks I'm not active. What? Okay. I know TikTok is really annoying in that it doesn't want you to like stay still for even 5 seconds. Like if it detects that you're not interacting with anything or moving, it will just like kick you out. Okay, like I said, maybe you're the type of person that recorded a webinar, which is just like a free class, right? That tells your customer what to do. My webinar tells people exactly what to do, how to message, and how to personalize. The thing that I think why this isn't converting very well is this is confusing. The webinar is pre-recorded and available on demand. You can watch it anytime. Recorded walkthrough explaining how to use the swipe file, who to message, and how to personalize outreach. Most people don't understand what that word. What is outreach? Nobody understands what that means. So I have to say how to personalize your DMs. Or maybe you don't want to personalize it. How to write effective DM pitches. Let's say effective Instagram DM pitches. Or whatever, right? Again, I'm talking about one specific problem. I'm telling people, I say artists, exactly how to write a Instagram pitch. So if I'm saying, outreach, nobody knows what that means. I know what that means because I understand that. Most people don't know what that means. I could say something like that. Okay. Again, I have to update these links. So what I was using before was Zoom. And let me show you the problem. And I'm glad this came up because I think a lot of us think that we've got this all figured out, but I don't even have it all figured out. I'm learning. And I click this link, look what happens. You cannot view this recording because the recording plan expired. So, yes, in fact, my Zoom plan lapsed in the subscription. So, if somebody bought this today and this happens, how angry do you think someone would be? What? I can't access a recording. I paid $9. I want a refund, man. Don't let that be you. What I would do, which I'm gonna do, off this stream because it's gonna take a bit, but I'm gonna put the webinar as a YouTube link. Now, if you don't know how to do that, let me show you a little bit and let me see if I can bring it up. Mm, Okay, this is my YouTube channel. Okay, well, actually, this is great. Let me show you guys what I'm doing here. Okay, so on YouTube, if you a YouTube channel, you can go into here it says visibility. Hold on. You can make this link public, unlisted, or private. So private is that you send a link to somebody specifically that only you and the other people have access to. Unlisted means that it is not shown on your like actual um page. So like you can't search for it. So like how do I explain this better? Let me see. Unlisted is specifically for like say you have other content on your page, right? And you don't want everybody to know that you have all this content that's different from your main content. So what it does is it hides from your search engine results and doesn't appear on the videos tab. So if I were to make this unlisted, this would not this video that I have would not show up on the search. You can't search for it um on public search, and it doesn't show up in my videos tab. So even I can't see it if I were to do that. But this video is public, so I'm gonna leave it that way. But that's what I would do. So whenever I get this webinar up on my YouTube, even though I'm using my YouTube channel that I teach collage classes on, and I have the starving artist, fed artist stuff, I would still make this unlisted because I only want people that paid for the course to have access to it. I wouldn't want to make a mistake and have this link floating around and have other people who pay for the course, sorry, not the course, the PDF to have access to this. So that is what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to make a note of that for myself, actually. So I'm not like, well, how am I going to do this? So YouTube is great in that way. You could use Vimeo. Um, you could, if you have it in a Google Drive, you could put the drive link, um, in your Google Drive, and you could link out from your that Google Drive link. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Let me see if I can find something. Maybe 1 second. So if you have like videos on your Google Drive that you want to use for your course or for your webinars, you could do that. So let's see if I can find something. Okay. So like this one, for instance, this was like a web like an interview that I made for this gal that runs a business where I live, right? Okay, so you see how like, I have everything named and stuff. So over here, I can click share. Let me actually zoom in a bit more. I can click share and I can say copy link or copy link to this time. But if you click the share thingy, you click this, And make sure nothing's um you can hold on. So with this, I don't want you guys to see my email, but you can just change the access to the link. Actually, I think all of YouTube sees my email at this point. You know what? Whatever. Send me spam. I don't care. So anyway, you can change the access. Anyone with the link, you can say restricted. And so you can say, okay, you can remove people having access to a certain folder. So if this is in a certain folder, and so you have a bunch of videos that you have for PDFs you're making, and you don't want everyone to have access to that, you can restrict them from having access. I think this is new. This wasn't a thing a couple years back. So this is new. Like they're doing the right stuff here. So you can say you want people to be able to comment. You can say they want to edit, want to review. So if I had this link, if I say click, I want anyone with the link to have access and I don't want it to be restricted because anyone on the internet with the link can view it. I could say copy. I think the other thing you can do is you can people. So a lot of editors change permission. You can remove that since people don't have can't edit the link. But you could say you want people can download a copy and paste. So if you don't want, if you just want one type of person to edit or comment or something, you could do that. So that's something that you can do, like in that way, when it comes to this kind of thing. So Google Drive, Google Docs, changing that link to whatever. So okay, so that's the second thing I'm gonna do, and then we're not done yet because I'm gonna throw this into chat. So right now, I'm gonna click share here, and I'm gonna click download, and I'm gonna compress and flatten the PDF, and I'm gonna download it, and it's gonna download. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it, and it's saved. I'm gonna run it through Chat GPT. So give me just a second. Me just a moment. Okay. I don't think it's on the right thing for me. Let me do this again. Make sure there's nothing here that you guys can't do weird stuff with. Okay. And I like to talk to my chat. You are a content creator for PDFs with over 8 years of experience. I need you to look at my PDF that I am selling for $9 on my stand store or my bio site and tell me if this is clear for a beginning artist who is in different disciplines and different mediums to use this PDF to send Instagram DMs to community-based organizations and nonprofits. I want to make sure that the steps are clear, that there is a clear hook, and that the call to action is clear so that once the artist is finished, um, he or she knows exactly what to do after finishing the webinar and looking at the swipe file. Okay, so I told it what I want. Now it's gonna do all that stuff. And I could say you're a top selling on social media. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into recent. It's right here. Okay, so I added my PDF, so now it's going to do what I'm asking it to do. And if I prompt it correctly, we'll see what happens. So now it's telling me exactly what I need to do, what's working well, what's wrong. So it's saying for a $9 product, it's actually quite clean, easy to navigate. The design looks professional, the black-orange scheme stands out, and the steps are visually simple. That said, if your goal is help complete beginner articles, I know I have no idea how to get workshops to set my first DM to a nonprofit today, then I think there are a few gaps. Okay, and then it's telling you what's working well. It's saying the promise is clear. The cover immediately tells me this is about sending Instagram DMs that lead to paid opportunities. Get ready to send Instagram DMs like a Fed artist. Creates curiosity and missions their reader towards getting booked. The process is simple. I have a swipe file, a webinar, and I ask questions. That's easy to follow. Beginners won't feel overwhelmed. The strong CTA, the Instagram DM button is a good step because it gives them a place to get help. Where readers may get lost. Problem 1. You never tell them the final outcome. After reading the PDF, I still don't know exactly what success looks like. The beginner artist may wonder, am I supposed to send 5 DMs, 10 DMs, 50 DMs to whom? How do I know if I did this correctly? Add this on page 1. By the end of this training, you will identify organizations that fit your art medium, send your first 10 outreach DMs, follow up professionally, and start conversations that can lead to workshops, classes, exhibits, commissions, or partnerships. This creates a clear finish line. Okay. So it told me exactly how I can make this better so that people know exactly what to do. Because if somebody doesn't know what the final outcome is, that's the biggest problem. So that's still the one problem. Second problem it told me is I assume that they know who to contact. This is the biggest gap. Many artists have never heard of the phrase community-based organization. You and I know what a CBO is. A beginner may not. I would add a section called Who Should I DM? Examples are libraries, senior centers, parks and rec, community centers, museums, arts councils, nonprofit churches, youth organizations, cultural, et cetera, et cetera. So now they have targets. They know who to contact. The problem being is order may be backwards. Right now it says download swipe file and watch webinar. Personally, I advise watch the webinar, download the swipe files, send your first DMs, message me with questions. This webinar provides the context, the swipe file provides execution. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Now it's saying the fourth problem. I think there's a couple problems here. And as I'm reading this when chat is telling me that these are the problems that I'm having, this puts me in a completely different mindset. This puts me in the mindset of the beginner, of the person that just spent $9 on a PDF and doesn't know what to do. I keep saying, we know what we're doing because we're creating the PDF, right? We know what we want it to be about and how we want it to go. But a whole beginner doesn't know these things. So when you ask ChatGPT, and I told it, I said, you have 10 years. I think I said you're a top selling content creator for PDFs on social media with over 8 years of experience. I need you to look at my PDF, blah, 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 right? So it told me this thing, right? Like it told me exactly what my problems are. And now I can go in and I can make all these edits. And it seems like, wow, there's so many problems. That's fine. Because again, I don't know what I don't know. And if I'm missing all this stuff, this is why my PDF wasn't converting in the first place, because I was missing action steps. I was missing the order and the best way to order the steps. People are getting lost. They don't know who to contact. And the other problem is I don't tell people what the final outcome is. So all this stuff is important because once I make these steps, logically, people will want to buy the PDF now because I changed all these steps to make sure that it's easy for people to understand. So problem 5 is no expectation setting. Beginners often think I sent one DM and nobody answered. I would add what to expect. What organization will not reply immediately. Some will take 1 to 7 days. Something like that. And so, this prevents discouragement. It's saying who this is for. And you can say, this is for artists who teach, etc., 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 whatever. So it's like the target demographic. And it's saying if I was selling this for $9, I make the final page look like your 30-minute action plan. Watch the webinar. It tells you the steps. Find 10, copy, send, track, follow. Basically, it took all the steps that I put in that swipe file and made it here. Um, and it tells you, oh, the goal. And then it says, oh, you send your DMs, and that one page, that single page would probably increase completion rates more than anything else because it answers the question everybody asks, okay, what do I do now? So this is the kind of thing that I like about chat. It tells you, how do you get that person from step 0 to step 8? This is what it's telling me that I need to consider uh, for my PDF. And then also, it's giving me a score, which I think is helpful. It's taking my design to 9 out of 10. So that's encouraging. My clarity is 7 out of 10. It's saying it's 6.5 out of 10 for beginner friendliness, and the likelihood of a beginner taking action is 6 out of 10. So it's saying with the additions above, it would move 9 out of 10 for beginners, especially artists who have never pitched a nonprofit library scene or a community organization before. So I will, I will, and again, I talked to my chat. I told it what I wanted, but I'll paste this thing right here. You're a top selling content creator for PDFs on social media with over 8 years of experience. I prompted it with that, and then it spit out all this stuff. Tell me what's working well, the promise, the process, the CTA. And it told me what problems that beginners will face. So it gave me like these 5 problems that I need to correct. Excuse me, actually 6 problems. And then it told me what I need to do in an action plan. Um, and the goal that people want, and then it gave me an overall goal. That's helpful for somebody like me. I'm gonna paste that prompt so you guys have that. Let me find it. So if that makes sense, you know, let me know if that's it. Let me know. Say like all right in the chat. So that's the prompt that I used. Um, so now what I would like to do is, now that I did all that stuff for this, now I know what I need to do um, in order to make this better and clearer so that people can, that are artists, that are creatives, that don't know anything about saying an Instagram DM, um, have more clarity on the next steps, have directions, and know what to do. So I've been on this for like an hour, maybe a little longer now. So I'm at the end of this. If anyone has like any questions, you can ask me. Let me flip the camera here. Okay. So if any like questions, and I'll pin this comment also if that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. But this is pretty much like the steps I took in real time. I went over a PDF that has not been selling very well for me. It's like a PDF that shows artists and creatives how to send an Instagram DM to a community-based organization and nonprofits to like teach workshops. And so it has not been selling at all this quarter. So I want to go on live today to show you guys like the steps I took to make changes so that it is easier for people to understand what to do. We changed like the images, I changed some of the words, and then I threw it in the chat GPT and I asked it, I gave this prompt that I pinned in the comments. You're a top selling content creator for PDFs on social media, over 8 years experience. Look at my PDF, tell me what's working, what's not, and how can I improve it. And then it spit out all that information to help me